So in this video I'm going to be doing an unboxing and full installation of the Wolfbox G900 on our Ford Transit Custom. And one of the differences with this one is I'm going to be trying to go for that OEM look by using the bracket that you can get and also not having to drill anything into the original plastic on the van. So I thought I may as well do a bit of a unboxing, as they used to be really popular, but just to show you, as well as me trying to fit it, what you do get with this kit. One thing I did want to get was, this is the bracket. This should mount onto, which I'm hoping is in here, is like an OEM bracket so that it can go straight onto the vehicle without having to mount it like onto an existing mirror or anything like that. So that is going to bolt into there. And then this will bolt into the mirror. And as we can see, we've got this like OEM style bracket, and that should slot into the windscreen. And this looks like it's a hardwire kit. Oh, that's quite cool. It comes with a little trim tool, so that's quite nice and handy. So let's have a look now at the main thing. I do actually really like this box. It's got a really nice cool matte finish with this kind of gloss style effect, as you can see here. Pretty weighty as well. I think I paid about 1.6 something for it. On the actual website, it automatically did a discount. Quite a good discount as well, actually, which I was really pleased to see. Nice bit of protective lining. Here it is. Oh, that looks so nice. That is going to be satisfying to peel that off. You know what I mean. It just actually feels really nice quality, and I love this kind of, it's got, let's see if the camera can pick it up, this like nice kind of brushed finish here, and the plastics all feel really nice. That'll be the like forward-facing like dash cam style camera. And as you can see, so these are the brackets which normally would click onto an existing mirror, but because ours is the Transit Custom Limited, we don't have a mirror at all, which is why I wanted to go for the OEM bracket. So we've got little GPS here. So that's the cigarette 12 volt, which is what I'm going to use instead of doing all the hard wiring, fuse, all that kind of stuff. That is the rear view camera. Oh, that's quite cool. These are like little clips that I'm going to assume you could run, say like on the roof lining or anything like that, to run the cable along to keep it nice and in place. That's quite cool. Got a little silky sort of cloth. I assume that is a bracket for the rear view camera, and then there's your like rubberized sort of stretchy brackets, which obviously you would have used if you had an existing mirror. And another trim tool. Right, so I thought what I'll do is before I look to wire it all in, is I'll need to try and remove these protective rubber stoppers. Can I just prise them off? Okay, let's try the next one. Yeah, that one came off pretty easy. This sticky residue is actually really simple to, you don't need sticky stuff remover. It is literally coming off nicely. Just being careful with a flathead. So then all we've got to do is remove the screws, and then they just slide out. I don't think there's any orientation exactly for that. So that goes on nicely there. Don't get mistaken, I was just trying to use the long screws in there, but it actually looks like I think you do use the originals, the screws that they've supplied for the bracket itself. Okay, that's nice and secure. That's the right orientation. And then that'll slide like that. So that gets screwed on like that. Right, let's get this now into the van and let's see how well this fits. Okay, so hopefully you can see this all right. Now, what was on here before that I had to take off was this cover here. So this was how the van came, the Limited, which doesn't have any rear view camera. So I just had to use a little prise tool and obviously pop that off. Pretty simple. And just in here is where we've got the mounting for the OEM style bracket that I was talking about. So hopefully now this should mount, which way around is it going? Like that, yeah. And there we go. Let's just see if this cover I might not have pushed it on enough. Doesn't fit. Well, that's annoying. So this original piece of plastic no longer fits into place with where this is mounted onto. Right, so what I discovered was the original mount that you can see in here when trying to fit this Wolfbox on here is that this panel, this piece, if I wanted to reattach it onto there, it's actually around here. So it's too high, this is in the way. And I know some people will just cut this away, but what I've done is I've ordered a new one of these. I got it off AliExpress. So I've got it in here, and I've bought myself some Gorilla epoxy glue as well. I'm basically hoping to try and mount it about here. I'm going to apply the glue to this, and then I'm going to place it in there. And it's already getting very sticky. That epoxy stuff dries pretty damn fast. So while that is curing, and I have had to keep an eye on it because it has slightly moved, so I've been trying to adjust it, not too much, but while that is hardening and curing, what I thought I'd try and do in the meantime is to just try and get the wiring in place for... So we've got the cigarette one. You can hardwire this, but I'm not going to bother doing that. So I'm going to plug it in to the socket down there. So I'm going to run the wiring along the A-pillar and along the top, and just sort of dangle the end of this wire so that there's enough to the top of the mirror there. And this is the GPS, so I'm going to do basically the same location, and then I guess probably mount it somewhere along the front, just underneath the windshield. Got it in underneath this plastic, all underneath the edge of the headliner, then ran it underneath here along the rubber seal down to, see if I can pick it up, but basically it's tucked right down in there, up here, you just about see it there. So then you do see this bit here, but then I've tucked it in underneath, and the rest of the cables are hiding inside there. So that's quite nice and neat and tidy, I think, especially for not hardwiring it and having it like on display, and also got an extra USB there as well. Right, so the GPS is done as well. Excuse the light, it's, the camera's facing the light, but yeah, the cable for the GPS is also tucked in, just like the mains, all along the edge of the roof lining. And then what I did is the mains obviously goes down this side, but the GPS I've done running down the A-pillar, and then comes out, if I zoom in, comes out down there. So that's that nicely tucked in. So the last thing that I've got to wire in is the reversing camera, which we've got here, which are going to mount underneath the reg, which is like the lighting for the reg is just about there. And I'm going to have to see if I can try and wire all of the cable behind this panel. I somehow get it through here into there. I mean, I assume I can just somehow pull this off, so I can run the wire in from here. So first thing I need to do is remove this. I'm going to see if I can get this off, and yeah, I'll see where I get to, and I'll show you how I'm getting on. Right, so I thought I'd do an update just because I had to, well, I got some help off a friendly neighbourhood, Milo, who helped me getting the wire through here. It was, yeah, it was really, really tricky. The way that we actually got it through, or I say we, Milo again, got it through was using a kebab skewer, and basically, as you can see, sort of bending the end We did try it with some string, but it wasn't working through the plastic tubing with the wiring in to try and get it through. But yep, so he got it pulled through into here. So it's connected to the camera side, which now goes through the rubber seal here. And then to remove the registration plate kind of lighting holder was just some little bolts that you just had to take off there. Now if we go around, so this is how it's currently looking. So it's just hanging off at the moment, but if I try and show you, so that's the, so I just show you, there's the like rubber grommet type sort of seal that it's going through there. It's dangling down, and the plan will be to get the 3M tape that they supply you with and try and mount it somewhere around there, tighten up the screws, get it aligned, and that's that done. So the rest of the cable is just dangling loose at the moment, and to be honest, it pretty much can until the rest of the conversion is done. So if I just show you, if I just open up the door, you can sort of see the cable runs through. You can get it through that gap there. So where it comes out just behind there. So I've just tucked it in this like B pillar, and then I'll put it along the rubber seal along here, the A pillar. So what I've done is just to give me a bit of a rough idea of what it'll look like, the view. I've masking taped it on and just put 2 of the screws in at the back. So what I've done is I've tried to get it as central as possible, but without it sticking out too much. So at least it's more at the centre of the van. So I've just given myself a marker, sort of roughly where this is going to be central. And now get the little sticky pad. Just pressed it down nice and firmly. And I'm just going to tighten the screws up. And it's slightly angled down. Right, let's tighten up the bolts now on the back of here. Right, so all that's left to do now is to get this fitted. So I've got my new mount. Oh dear. Forced it on and it's broke. So what actually happened was I tried to put it on a second time and the bracket broke off, the new one that I had applied. And what I found was it was easier to take this panel off and trim. There was a piece of plastic here, and basically the reason I was struggling so much was the depth of this as it was going on here was hitting this like piece of plastic trim. So I've cut that off, re-glued this. It's been left now for 2 days. So, and what I did was I scuffed up both the plastic and the other side of this piece of metal, because like an idiot I didn't really think of doing that. So make sure you do that first, just to give a much stronger bond. So I think I'm just going to basically stick this on first and then try and apply the 2 plastic trims. Right, so that feels quite secure to me. I want to try and keep all the cables out of sight if I can. Oh, please, I think that is done. Okay, so the moment we've been waiting for is the sound of peeling off the new plastic. That is satisfying. Right, so I'm going to turn the engine on. Right, engine's on. It's all working. We've got the little sticky thing. There we go. It's looking too high at the moment, isn't it? I need that to be pointing down. It is getting covered, just as I've seen on other people's. I was hoping that might have gone with me lowering it, but it is still in the way. It's not bad. I don't know if it's worth messing with putting a bracket on the back or not. Let's see if I can do some settings. Resolution, we've got the 4K selected. Yep, that's what we want. Split time video, sound record, G-sensor flicker. Oh, I think it's 50 Hertz. For the UK, I think. Screensaver, click tone, let's turn that off. Volume, yeah, it's fine. Screen brightness, let's have it full. Display mode. Oh, so is that like, I'm gonna guess maybe that means like sort of when you first turn it on, it's split left and right, I assume. Rear image adjustment. Time display, 24-hour daylight savings. Time format, we want day, month, year because we're in the UK. Reverse mode. Full screen display. Panorama display. Ooh, let's try panorama display. Reverse mode. Let me just see what that's done. Nope, still looks the same. Fatigue reminder, don't need that. Speed units, we want, yep, miles per hour, again in the UK. Time zone setting, Greenwich Mean Time, GPS information. Okay, so it looks like it's working. GPS display, on, yeah, that's cool. Language, format SD card, probably do that. About, help. So that just does the brightness. Ah! Oh look, I've done it! Yeah, that's well better. So now I can see more where I'm reversing to. So the front view one, right, so that's a little bit more central. Good. Cool. Right, okay, so I quite like it like that, so that we can actually see the front and the rear recording. But now I've got it set to rear, when I'm looking to reverse, I can see so much closer to where I'm reversing to. So I can go full down. Yeah, that's well better. So the right-hand side, the right-hand side does the brightness. So the right-hand side is touch sensitive and the brightness, and then this side, look at that. I can look all the way up and then look all the way down. That is cool. And hopefully this video has been of some use to everyone in regards to the fitting of one of these. I did come into some troubles with trying to obviously fit it, but as you can see now, that is really, really nice and neat, you know, and I think after the kind of issues I've had, I'm really happy with the fact that I've got it looking so OEM. Like, that just looks so good now. Like, look, you know, it just looks like having a rear view camera. And if I flick it to that one now, I've basically got like a rear view camera, which is pretty cool. So if I was driving, we could actually have it a little bit more like this. So when I'm driving, basically we've got a rear view camera. Then if I want to make sure I'm getting really close to something, I'll just lower it down. So thanks everyone for watching. As I mentioned, hopefully this has been of some use, because I've seen a few people on forums have actually fitted this, but you know, I've only seen pictures, and hopefully it just helps with the fitting as well. If you want to get that really proper OEM looking fitting for it, then this is basically how I was able to achieve that. If you are new to the channel, really appreciate any new subscribers. That support of trying to grow the channel would be fantastic. Big thumbs up if you can click the like button as well. That would be fantastic. Really appreciate that. I will actually also do, if anyone would like, please comment below if you would like to see a follow-up video on this, maybe after like a year of owning it, getting to use it. Any pros and cons maybe from it and the install. If anyone's interested in that, then comment below. Thanks everyone again for watching. See you again soon. Bye.